National Signing Day 2017 is in the books, and for the Cowboys, there are no last-minute flips or surprise additions. The only surprise at OSU's press conference was Coach Gundy's Big Daddy mug. No matter what arena Forte's in, he still has the same mindset. The goal's 15 feet away and 10 feet tall. Vincent Taylor, he's had 2 option pitches this season. As entertaining as that is for football fans to watch, they are officially the Big 12 wrestling champions. The Cowboys also set a record for having all 10 Cowboys in the finals. It's your first year here at OSU, but you've had time to settle into Stillwater. How was that transition for you, and what do you think the most challenging part for the players were having a new coach? Sophomore Devon Dillard could be considered a rookie too because he didn't play at all last season. This year under head coach Brad Underwood, he's become a focal point for the Cowboys attack. Here's more. How is it working with student athletes? I know they can be a handful. I mean, is it more stressful or entertainment when you're working with them? Happy Mother's Day and happy Thunder fans as OKC tied up the series tonight 2-2 against the Spurs. Kevin Durant put on a show for his mom who sat courtside. Oklahoma State Wrestling claimed its 51st conference title last week in the Big 12 tournament with an absolutely dominant performance from all the Cowboys. OSU had all 10 wrestlers make it to the finals, which marked the first time in conference history for any school to do. And they had 8 of them win individual conference titles. With all the success the Cowboys are having on the mat, it's easy for them to solely focus on the NCAA tournament coming up so they can win another national championship. But that's not the only thing that's important to them.
I thank you that you are the most powerful, the only true God, that you sent Jesus Christ to die on the cross for our sins.
Senior Nolan Boyd leads a weekly Bible study for his team.
It's something we need, and we need to get the fellowship, and we need to pour a little bit of truth into each and every guy every week, and we need to get truth poured into us.
The team puts in a lot of hard work on the mats, but when they meet up for the Bible study, it is a much more peaceful setting.
Like coming in here and being able to talk about something that is all good news, and like to have that is so important, and I feel like without it, it would be really stressful and it'd be a lot harder of a season.
The Cowboys are one of the most historic wrestling programs in the country and have produced over 400 All-Americans. But they all still know there is more to life than just the sport.
Wrestling isn't everything, and honestly, it can be taken from you at any second. We've seen it with broken foots and torn ACLs, and we just want to make sure that if somebody does lose something that is super important to them, like wrestling or a family member, that they know what truly matters and they know where they'll be when they die.
For the Poke Report, I'm Austyn Iven. Highlight of homecoming in hoops was OSU softball coach Kenny Gajewski wrestling John Smith, OSU's wrestling coach. Gajewski made a bet with his team that if they got hit by 50 pitches this season, he would wrestle Smith. When a ball's coming at you, it's easy to want to dodge or get out of the way. But the Oklahoma State softball team did something that their coach thought they couldn't do as they passed his goal and got hit by 53 pitches this season.
I just wanted to create a mentality of toughness, and getting hit by a pitch is not, it's not easy. It hurts. The ball is hard. These kids throw hard, and it hurts. But it is a big momentum shifter in our games.
Gajewski was not the only one who thought his goal would be hard to reach.
No, it's funny because he was always getting mad at us, like, stop getting out of the way, and we're like, okay. So we were at like 13 when he made the little goal, and we were all kind of like, but then we kept getting closer, and once it was like 3 away, we really were like, wait, we really have this. So it's pretty exciting when we got it done.
At the match, Gajewski put up a pretty good fight against an Olympic wrestler. Using his size as an advantage, he even picked up Smith and spun him around at one point.
Honestly, I thought it was a lot better than it was going to be. I thought John Smith was going to have it easily, and he looked like he kind of gave it competition, which is good.
Although Gajewski might not have won the match, that's not what it was about for him.
If this helps our team, I'm all good. So I'm just really proud of them. I truly am. These kids work so hard, and this meant a lot to them. And I want to be a coach that they trust and that they love.
I would say so. It improved their on-base percentage. So anytime you're on base, that means you have a chance or an opportunity to score. You heard Coach Gajewski say getting hit by a pitch isn't easy. The ball's coming at you fast. It hurts. But he's trying to create a mentality of toughness, and the girls really bought into that. They beat his original goal of 50, and they ended with 53 this season. Like you said, it's his second year here. So last year, he took the Cowgirls to the NCAA tournament, a place the Cowgirls have not been to since 2011. Before OSU, Gajewski was at Florida for 3 years. 2 of those years, he won the NCAA tournament, so he comes from a winning program. He knows what it takes to compete and win at a high level, and he's bringing that to Stillwater. I would say last year was a successful season for OSU, and the future looks bright for the Cowgirls. They have a lot of starters that are returning, plus they're adding some talented freshmen and junior college players into the starting lineup, so there's a lot to be optimistic about for Cowgirl softball. Gallagher Iba was sold out once again, this time for senior night against Kansas. Juwan Evans had 22 points and dished out 15 assists, including this one to Jeffrey Carroll late in the game. Carroll had 5 three-pointers and 27 points, but that still wasn't enough firepower to beat Kansas, as the Jayhawks would respond every time OSU tried to make a run. The Cowboys lost 90-85. They now head to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament. And speaking of the Big 12 tournament, OSU Wrestling claimed its 51st conference championship inside the BOK Center in Tulsa this weekend. All 10 members made it to the finals, with 8 of them earning Big 12 titles to tie a program record. I was there Sunday for the historic day, so I'll give you more on that later in sports. It's March, which means tournament time. The Cowboys finished up its regular season this weekend with the loss to Kansas, but looks as if they might get a third try at them in the Big 12 tournament. OSU heads to Kansas City tomorrow, and before looking ahead to play Kansas in the semifinals, they will have to beat 4-seed Iowa State Thursday morning at 11:30. The Cowboys are 0-4 against the Jayhawks and Cyclones this season, but Coach Underwood doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. A few of those players Coach Underwood will have to get to fight in the tournament just received some postseason recognition. Juwan Evans was named an All-American, becoming the 21st player in program history. And of course, he also was awarded to the All-Big 12 first team, with teammates Jeffrey Carroll named to the second team and senior Phil Forte making the honorable mention list. And for Cowgirl basketball, they saw its run at the Big 12 championship come to an end on Saturday night with the 71-60 loss at the hands of 12th-ranked Texas inside the Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Cowgirls, who are 17-14, should get a WNIT bid and maybe even the chance to host inside Gallagher Iba. For the OSU wrestling team, they didn't have any problems clinching its 5th consecutive Big 12 title this weekend in Tulsa, even setting a few records. I was there to witness it. And now for some baseball. Josh Holliday and his Cowboys spent the weekend in Texas. The Pokes play over in Allie P. Reynolds this afternoon at 4 against Missouri State. Then South Dakota State will come to Stillwater for a weekend series. And OSU softball is also in Stillwater today, hosting Evansville at 5:30 in Cowgirl Stadium. They will play Wichita State before heading off to the Ole Miss Classic. Well, I think that's it for sports.